Hello, welcome to this tutorial on your dinosaur vector project. So we're going to start by creating a new print size, letter size document here. So here's a letter size. My dinosaur is going to be in a landscape orientation. Yours might be portrait. So we're going to start off using the shape tool. So I'll use the rectangle tool here. I'm just going to round the corners by grabbing this little circle here, rounding him off. Okay, so right now this is a kind of a rounded rectangle with a white fill. We could change that color, make him red. I could change the color of the stroke if I want, change the thickness of the stroke. Okay, these are all things that are up to you. Now I'm going to draw his legs. So I need 4 of these. Maybe I'll make them all exactly the same size. So I'll just use my selection tool, hold down the Option Alt key, drag out 4 of these. So 2 of these legs are going to be in the foreground, and 2 of them are going to be in the background. Okay, so maybe I'll have the back legs in the background. So I'm just going to say arrange set to back. So those are in the back. Okay, and just line these up in a way that looks good to me. Okay, now I'm going to merge these 3 shapes here. Okay, so one way to do it is to just hold down the Shift key and select all 3 shapes. Okay, so I have those 3 selected. And I'm going to use my Shape Builder tool. So that's this tool right here. Okay, so what you do is you just draw a line that connects the shapes that you want to merge together, and then they're merged like that. Okay, now I want to add a neck onto my dinosaur here. So I'm going to use the pen tool and draw my next shape. So I'm going to click and then drag. And I'll just make that a corner point. I'll drag this down like this. You don't have to use the pen tool for this part. It's just how I'm choosing to do it. Okay, so there's my neck. So this is just a shape I drew with my pen tool. And again, let's use that same method. So Shift click, so I have both of those shapes selected. And I'll use my Shape Builder tool, just merge those together. Bam. Now let's work on the head. So maybe for this I'll use the ellipse tool. Just draw a big circle here. Again, this could be any shape you like. And I'll shift click, and again, Shape Builder, merge that. Okay. So now maybe I'm going to draw some spots on this guy. So I'm going to make my spots a different color. Let's make them yellow and with a green outline. Okay, so now I'm going to draw my ellipse. Just selected the shape tool first. Oh, and I had that selected. It's all falling apart. Okay, shape tool selected, color selected. All right, so now I draw my shape. Now I'm going to use the Shape Builder tool again, but in a slightly different way. So I'm just going to grab my 2 shapes. So you can see I have the circle and this shape selected. And now with the Shape Builder, I'm going to hold down the Alt key. And when I do that, what it does is it'll subtract. Okay, so if I want to remove this part, hold down the Alt and click. And now that part of the circle is gone. So I can draw some more circles, do the same thing. This only works if you have both shapes selected. See, if I hover over top of it, it only has this highlighted, so I have to make sure I select both shapes, and then Shape Builder, and then Alt click, just like that. Okay, so I can just draw some different shapes and some different sizes. Draw one down here on his belly. Shape Builder, Alt, click. Okay. So maybe a big one in the front here. Selection tool, select the 2 shapes, and then Shape Builder, Alt, click, just like that. All right. So now for his face, I'm going to draw. Maybe I'll use a black stroke. Oopsie. everything's selected.
Reminder, there's a rugby
Deselect. So now I'm going to go to my black and white. I don't want to have any fill on this. I just want a stroke. So I'm going to say no fill, just the stroke. And again, I'm going to use my pen tool, and I'm just going to draw a smiling face here like this. Okay, now to deselect my stroke, I press the Enter key. Okay, and then if I want to change the thickness, I can open up the stroke palette. So I'll just go Window, Stroke, and I'm just going to thicken that up a bit. Okay, so that's pretty good. I like that. Maybe I'll make it a bit bigger. Reposition it. Now I'm going to add some teeth. So for that, I want to have my, oops, again, I had it selected, deselect. I'm going to actually keep the white fill in this case. And I'm just going to draw a circle like this. Maybe I'll keep that that thickness, or maybe I'll actually thicken it up a little bit. And I'll just hold down Alt, and I'll just overlap some circles like this.
Miss Greening to the office, please. Miss Greening to the office.
Now I want to select all those, so I'm just going to draw a box. Now I also selected this background shape, which I don't want, so I'm going to hold Shift, click on that. So now I just have the teeth and the mouth selected. And again, I'm going to use my Shape Builder tool. And this time I'm going to delete the top part of the teeth here. So hold down my Alt key. And now I have a dinosaur with an overbite. Okay. Now let's do some eyes. So I'm just going to flip my colors here so I have my fill as black, and then I'm going to say no stroke, and I'll use my circle, and I'll just draw a couple of eyes like this. Maybe I'll use my Alt tool. Okay, that looks kind of cute. I could put another little circle, maybe with white fill this time. Just put a little gleam in his eye. Okay, it's like a little reflection in his eye. There we go. So there's my dinosaur's face. Okay. Now I could do a similar thing with his toes. I could add toenails. I could add maybe some kind of shapes along his back, like this. Maybe I could use the green outline again. Just thicken that up. So I could just say arrange send to back, and then I could just alt click and make some more of those. Actually, I don't really like the color, but you get the idea. And if I wanted to, I could add a tail and so on. So that's basically the rundown on this project. So remember, Shape Builder tool is your friend. You can use him to merge shapes together. You can also use him to remove parts of shapes that are overlapping. Just don't forget, you need to have all your shapes selected. All right, thanks for tuning in.